Okay, let's jump right in. In the world of research, there's been this long-standing debate. It's like a rivalry between two titans, Team Qualitative and Team Quantitative. It's all about the best way to figure things out, the best way to generate knowledge. And today, we're going to settle it once and for all.
You know the song, right? This line, it perfectly captures the attitude. It's this constant tug of war, with each side claiming they're the superior one. But here's a thought. What if this whole fight is built on a completely false premise? Because, honestly, this debate is, well, it's kind of pointless. Pitting these two incredibly powerful ways of thinking against each other is like arguing whether a hammer is better than a screwdriver. It completely misses the whole point of the job, which is simply to understand the world around us. And here are the classic arguments you always hear. You've got Team Qualitative over here, championing the deep human stories, the real why behind everything, and then Team Quantitative fires back, talking about the hard data, the statistical certainty. One side explores, the other confirms. But this whole cycle, it's just a distraction, because you don't actually have to choose a side at all. So, let's move past the rivalry. Let's get to the heart of what these methods actually are. They're not competitors. They're just two different but equally vital ways of knowing things.
All right, first up, quantitative research. Just think numbers, stats, charts, and graphs. The whole goal here is measurement. You're testing a theory, you're confirming an idea, and you're trying to establish facts that you can apply to a much larger group of people.
And then, on the flip side, you've got qualitative research. This is all about words. It's about meaning. It's about context. The goal here is understanding. You use it to explore complex ideas and really get those deep, rich insights, especially on topics we just don't know that much about yet.
So here's the absolute key difference. They're designed to answer completely different kinds of questions. And the best way to see this in action is with a real-world example.
So, let's imagine a university. They want to answer this one simple-sounding question. But, as you'll see, how you ask completely changes the kind of answer you get. So, with a quantitative approach, you could send out a survey to 300 students. And boom, you get a clear, precise number back, 4.4 out of 5. This tells you what the satisfaction level is. It's a solid, measurable fact. But it doesn't tell you why. Why 4.4? Why not 5?
Now look at this. This is the qualitative answer. From just one in-depth interview, you get the story, the context, the emotion. This is the why behind that 4.4 rating. All of a sudden, that number has meaning. And now the university has a very clear problem it can actually go and solve.
Now, this difference goes even deeper than just numbers versus words. It actually comes from two totally different philosophies about how we can even know things about the world in the first place. The quantitative view is what we call top-down. It starts by looking at a whole bunch of people at once, breaking their experiences down into data points to find these broad, general patterns. The qualitative view, on the other hand, is ground-up. It starts with one person's story, and then another, and it builds a bigger understanding by finding the common themes in their real, lived experiences.
At the end of the day, both methods are just trying to make a really complex world a little bit simpler so we can understand it. The real difference is the tool they trust to do that simplification. Quantitative research trusts the objective power of math. Qualitative research trusts the interpretive power of the human mind. See? Neither one is better. They're just different tools for different jobs.
And this is where we finally resolve the big showdown. The future, the most powerful way forward, isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about realizing that the best insights come when we use them together. It's not versus, it's and.
This metaphor is just perfect. Think about it. You would never try to experience a beautiful rose using only one of your senses, right? You want to see it and smell it. Well, relying on just one research method is exactly the same. You're getting an incomplete picture. You might get the numbers, but you're missing the full story.
And the benefits of mixing them are huge. You get a much fuller picture of what's going on. You actually reduce bias because each method can check the other one's blind spots. The numbers give weight to the stories, and the stories give life to the numbers. And that combination, that's what really sparks innovation and leads to way better decisions.
But the evolution doesn't stop there. Just as we're learning how to bring these methods together, there's a powerful new technology entering the scene that is starting to completely transform what's even possible. Yep, welcome to the age of AI. Tools like large language models can now do the most tedious, time-consuming parts of qualitative analysis automatically. Imagine, instead of doing one deep interview with one student, you could analyze written feedback from 10,000 students.
and have the core themes and feelings pulled out in minutes. This is a game changer. It's tackling the biggest historical weaknesses of qualitative research, scale and speed, and letting us analyze the why on a scale we've never seen before.
And that leaves us with one last fascinating question. If AI is getting better and better at automating the what, and it's even starting to assist with the why, what becomes the most important skill for a human researcher? Well, it becomes clear, doesn't it? It's not just about collecting data anymore. It's about asking the right questions, connecting the dots that nobody else sees, and weaving it all together into a powerful story that drives change. And that is a skill no machine can ever replicate.